All right, are we in here? Are we in here? Are we in here? Let me see. See if I can see the stream. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. We should be good. We should be in here. We should be in here. Um, still give me 1 more second. I'm sorry. I should have been ready for the stream, but give me 1 more second. I just gotta pull something up, and then we're gonna get started in just a bit. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Just give me 1 second. Hopefully this doesn't lag. You trying to pull it up. Doesn't cause it to lag. Hopefully it doesn't. Back to the base here. Back to the base. It don't look like it's loading, but it's fine. It's okay. Let me just exit this out because it probably gonna cause the screen to lag. But yeah, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? It's your boy Keith back with another stock market recap slash analysis video. Um yeah, we finna go ahead and get into these charts. I did take some trades today. Um Monday. Monday. Well, on Sunday we spoke about Monday and we said, hey, Monday really don't got any news, don't got no good earnings. It really may not be, the best day to trade. Um that's what we came to conclusion with on Sunday on our Sunday night live. I'm so, yeah, Sunday Night Live. I don't know why it sounds like a WWE WWE wrestling event or something. But yeah, that's what we came up with. Hey, Sunday we might actually not trade. And that's literally what happened. Monday we did not take a trade. I think I did. I probably scalped one. Did I scalp anything? If I did, I have the drawing over here still, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I scalped anything Monday. I think Monday, literally, I just didn't touch it. Yeah, Monday we didn't get in no trades. Um, but today we did. Tuesday we did get in some trades. Y'all know I think we had durable goods today, and what else we had? We had something else. Durable goods. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it up and see what it was. Cause I'm literally just going. Usually when I look at the news events on Sunday, I usually somewhat can remember what times the news events, but I can't remember exactly what the news events was. So sometimes I had to pull my chart back up and see what came out or was coming out. We had durable goods at 7:30, and then we had consumer confidence. That what it was at 9. Okay, but that's what we had today. I was expecting the market to move today, and it did. It moved today, so we was able to capitalize off of that on all of our accounts. We ended up being able to capitalize off of that. So let's go ahead that I took. Then we're gonna go over trades that I'm looking for. Um, the trades that I did take, y'all, it was only on futures. I am upset with myself because I didn't purchase. I was supposed to purchase SPY calls, and I did not purchase it because I kind of got. I ain't gonna lie. Today, I traded all my account. I ain't gonna say I overtraded. I didn't overtrade. I only took 3 trades. Technically two, but I only took 3 trades. So I didn't overtrade. It was just I was trying to manage multiple accounts, and I also was like in a live call with somebody teaching them, like showing them how to trade live also. So it was like I was looking to trade while trying to talk to somebody and manage 3 different accounts, 4 different accounts. It was like I just didn't think about, I thought about getting in my options. I just didn't get in. I didn't act on it. I got kind of sidetracked a little bit, but it's fine though. Like I am a little upset 'cause I'm like, dang, Spy shot up $4. Like that's a nice move, especially where I wanted to get in at. But it is what it is, man. Like you miss some trades you get. So I'm not gonna beat myself up on it, but it was a little bit of disappointing. Like, dang, I could ate on my options too, cause all I was only looking for was Spy. I wasn't even looking for no other stocks or nothing. Oh my bad, I done put this tab over there. I wasn't looking for nothing else but Spy, so I would have literally took the exact same trades, which I normally do. I usually take same trade on option as I would on futures, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Like I said, we only took future trades. And I took 2 on ES. Well, it was 2 contracts, 1 trade on ES, and then I took 3 trades on MES. The one trade that I did take on ES was the exact same trade that I took on MES, except I just was like, hey, I know I can get a little bit more money even by scalping it. So that's what I did. Um, Honestly, I'm gonna go over what I was thinking about for today before I got in, and then I'm gonna go over what I was looking. I mean, with my trade, like how did I get in my trade? So after Monday close, y'all know on Sunday we said, hey, we're being bullish because we just made a higher high. I'm trying to put this on replay. Come on, don't lag too bad. Just replay this. Well, dang, I ain't mean to take Monday. I ain't mean to take Monday. I meant to just take Tuesday. But honestly, I think the replay gonna make it real laggy. I honestly think replay make it real laggy. Ugh, but I only need 2 days on replay. That's all I need. So hopefully the lag don't be too bad. All right. So like we said on Sunday, we was looking at the market. We said, hey, Friday we ended up making a higher high. So it's like, hey, we gotta kind of be bullish. We gotta kind of be bullish because we just made a higher high. If we looked at overall market structure, technically we're what in an uptrend. It's just kind of consolidate a little bit, but technically we're in an uptrend. I told y'all, I said, hey, we did not close. We did wick above this high, but we didn't close above the high. And I said, hey, I expect us to probably pull back some since we didn't close above the high, because y'all know what our continuation pattern is. It has to close. Once it break a high, it has to close past it to continue going. If it break it and fail to close past, it's going to do some type of pullback. Um, so that's what happened. We expected money to be pretty much kind of come down and then potentially go up. We did not expect money to drop that hard because I did have like hourly gaps up here, but it was fine. We once it broke below them hourly gaps, we just left it alone. We was like, yeah, no trade. We let Monday close. Once I seen Monday close, I was like, okay, we got our higher high. We got a red candle. This is what I like to see. A red candle. That's telling me we're getting a low. It's telling me, hey, market's trying to form a structure. Either make higher high, higher low, or make higher high, lower low. Once Monday closed, I seen we had a fair value gap. Um, I see we had a fair value gap right here. I did have it marked up, but these two overlapped, and y'all know I usually choose whichever one is the highest one after that. Um, but I did have this marked up, this fair value gap. I said, okay, we left behind a fair value gap. All I need is for us to, because technically this can be the retest if we just get a green candle. But I was like, I can see the market potentially coming down into the gap and then pushing out, and I expect us to make a green candle. I don't expect us to continue to close, close below the gap and continue going down because, hey, I'm expecting us to keep this uptrend going. Our target is up here at 65.08, so I'm expecting us to keep going. So I was like, yes, we closed inside it. Yes, it was a red candle, so hey, I do expect us to come down, probably come and tap this fair value gap or come to the bottom of the gap. But I expect us to recover. That's what I was, you know, planning on for today. Cause I'm like, hey, we just made a higher high. I'm just looking for my new higher low. So I got one gap, one fair value gap there, one fair value gap there, and then this fair value gap. So I got three gaps all together, potentially can hold us up to keep us from going down here to my level, my can't beat level. All right. So basically, we got three bodyguards or three trampolines, however you want to look at it, to try to hold us up. Um. So once this market opened up today, once the market opened up to, well, kind of overnight and when it opened up, let's go down to the hourly. As y'all can see, we initially went down right here, right after the market. We ended up dropping right after the market closed. We dropped down right to the bottom of the gap. And honestly, um, I wanted to get in, but I can't get straight in right when after market because with my prop firm accounts and stuff, I don't know the rules exactly. So I usually just don't even try to get in nothing. At least until after 6 or 7, and then if I do, it's only gonna be one contract. I'm never getting in multiple contracts um overnight because I just don't trust overnight. Um, so yeah, we seen the drop. We was like, dang, honestly, where I would want to buy, but I was like, I can't buy. I gotta wait. Um, and it was dropping. It dropped. We had made our high, made our low. We ended up making another high, but it wasn't high. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna set alert, wait on this higher high to come, get taken, and when this higher high get taken, I'm ready to go long. That's what I was telling myself. Um, and the higher high got taken. Um, it got taken. Uh, it got taken this morning. Around like that 8 o'clock mark. End of 8 a.m. mark. We end up taking that high, and we, trigger my entry. That was what I was looking for. Once we took that high, I went long. Um, let me see. And this is now on ES. I didn't go long right when it took the high. I waited a little bit, then I got in. But if I show y'all my MES, I had got in at that 7. It was like 7 right here. This counter right here, I went long, and I set my stop loss at the bottom of this green counter with on my MES. But for ES, as y'all can see, I didn't get in until after this area right here. So I was in my loans on MES, but on ES, all I did was like, okay, once I seen we closed above this hourly fair value gap, um, and then we got our first red count. I was like, okay, well, I all I need now is for another green counter to close outside of this fair value gap, and I expect us to start shooting up to take these highs out and everything. And that's what I seen. I kind of did get in a little bit early 'cause I got in before this counter finished closing, but that was because I looked on like the 5 minute, I believe, or the 1 minute, and I seen market structure shift down here. So I was like, okay, I'm getting in the loans. I'm gonna set my stop loss right here at the bottom. I was trailing my stop extremely tight, especially with the ES. I was trailing super tight because when it comes to ES, we don't play around with ES. We're not trying to, we're not trying to get, just like murdered by ES. ES is no joke. Um, so I was literally like on a 1 or 5 minute, and I was just trailing my stop, trailing my stop. I got stopped out like right, literally the very next count. I was a little upset. The very next hourly count, I got stopped out like I want to say like somewhere up here, right where this candle after this candle closed. I think I set my stop loss at the top of this candle high, and it ended up coming down, stopped me out, then shot up some more. But I was still in my MES, so that was the good thing. So I wasn't upset. I was glad that I did catch me a couple, what I'm saying, points on two ES contracts. So I never this that y'all see, I never got to my TP. I ended up having to I actually got stopped out right down here for a small gain. It was a small gain. But like I said, I was still in my MES, so I wasn't upset about it. But that's really what I was looking for. Like I told you, I was bullish. I was like, okay, I really don't believe. That's literally what I was telling myself. I was like, bro, I do not believe that we're gonna close below this daily fair value gap because I know the market. I just feel the market want to go up because we just made a higher high. So I'm like, even though it closed in here, the worst I expect is either come to the bottom of this gap or go to the bottom of that other gap that we had right here. So I was like, that's the worst I can see. I don't see us closing below here. Um, Now I didn't know if we was gonna come and push back out of this gap, but I just knew we wasn't gonna close below. So I was just prepared to get in loans. As long as we stay down here, I'm prepared to get in loans, at least take it up to the top of the gap. And that's literally how I traded today. I got in loans, aimed for the top of the gap at first. Um, and then I just managed my trade once we got close to the gap, top of the gap, the daily gap. But that was my ES trade. Like I said, I really wasn't into that crazy long. I was a little upset. I'm like, man, this shot up crazy right after it stopped me out. Literally, like I said, I got stopped out in this area between this 67, I mean 667, oh, 6,670 area. I mean 6,470. Dang, what is going on with me? I got stopped out around that area. For profit though, with my two ES um contracts. But like I said, MES we still was in it, and we end up holding our MES way too long. I was so scared because I was in. Y'all know I told y'all I'm trading with prop prop firms and stuff. So y'all know they got rules when it comes to closing by the end of the day and everything. And I kind of got nervous because I went to the gym, worked out around like two p.m. And I just literally forgot that I was in three MES trades because I set the stop loss, but I just never set a TP. Like, well, I did have a TP, but I removed it. I was like, I think we might just explode, like keep shooting up crazy. So I just removed my TP and I just had my stop loss the whole time. And since I didn't have a TP and we kept going up, it just I was still in the trade, and it was like 4 p.m. where I'm at, and that's when I finally realized it. And I just closed the trade. That's why I was trying to pull up at the beginning stream. I was trying to show y'all the trade. But Yeah, I was in 3 MES contracts from right. Well, I was in 2 here, then I added one more right here, and then I just was in it the whole time after that. I added one more at that 10 o'clock counter. But like I said on my on my MES trade, I got in at after that 7 o'clock counter. Like it was like 7:55. Let me see, I can pull it up. It was like 7:50. It was like literally right when the 8 o'clock counter was about to start. I got in on loans. See if we can get it here. Where was it at? It was, I think it was this green counter here made me get in. This, yeah, 7:55. This is 7:55 count. Try to zoom in for y'all. Give me 1 second. Right here. We got in longs based on this counter right here. It was even before the counter closed. I just got in. Um, this counter right here was the reason I got in long. Because it ended up making our hourly counter be green and close within our 1 hour fair value gap. Like I told y'all, so let me go back to the 1 hour. I was just showing y'all the counter that made me get in it, but let me go back to the 1 hour and show y'all why I was looking for us to close inside that gap, or what gap I was specifically looking for. I know it's a long recap for just 3 trades, but it's fine. It's fine. It's only long because we got all this lag. That's what it is. It ain't cause of me now. Dang. Like I told y'all, I was not expecting us to close below this daily fair value gap. So I'm literally any opportunity that I see that we're potentially finna go bullish, I was hopping, I was ready to hop in. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to jump in. Anytime I seen we potentially was finna go higher, I'm like, hey, I'm ready to get in. So right here gave me my first opportunity. I seen we had high, had that low, had another high. We made this red candle, so we made another low, and I was like, okay, as long as we can get a green candle here, I can at least just set my stop loss at the bottom of that green candle, and then I can be aiming for all these highs to get taken out. So literally, that's what all I was doing, because I was like, hey, like I told y'all, I don't expect us to be closing below here. I expect the market to be pushing up at least to the top of this daily fair value gap. Um, and like I said, we kept making higher lows, kept making higher lows. I'm like, okay, I don't expect us, to make a lower low. So that's why I got in only 2 at first. I normally would get in 3, but I only got in 2 because I was like, hey, just in case the market do some weird stuff, let me just get in 2. And all I was doing was waiting on this count. I was like, man, is this counter gonna close inside this fair value gap to at least take us to the top of the gap, which I kind of think we're gonna shoot straight past? Um, or is it gonna close outside the gap? Because if it would have closed below the gap, I wouldn't got in the trade. But when I went to that 7:55 candle, like right towards the end of the candle was about to close, I was like, hell yeah, we finna close inside the gap. And I got in them 2 MES contracts. Um, and once I got in them, like I said, I knew this gap was here, but I was like, man, we finna go past that gap. I already know it, so that's what I did. Cause I was like, we at least coming up to this first high at least. So I wasn't scared once I got in it. And like we did, we shot up, we shot up first. We didn't take that high yet. And when we shot up, we ended up leaving. I was just looking at the market, and I was like, small, tiny gap, 2 candles between that 7 and 9. I know these drawing tools is in the way. Let's just delete it. Y'all seen the trade we was doing. Alright. Between that 7 and 9 candle, we had a fair value gap. Literally, it was only from 64.52.50 down to 64.52 flat. So literally, it was only 0.50. So 2 ticks, literally, was this fair value gap. But I seen it. I was sitting there. That's how y'all know I was just being patient. Cause I seen that gap and I was like, I'm gonna mark this gap out. Then when I seen this gap and this kind of opened up here, I was like, well, on the lower time frame, I seen a lot of red coming in. So I was like, this market potentially might come down. So I was like, okay, well, I can see this hourly gap being that spot where it come down to bounce back higher. And also I seen this high get taken. You see this high got taken right here? This 8 a.m. high got taken by this 9, but we failed to close above. And what I always tell y'all, we don't close above, expect some pullback. So, well, what's the perfect spot for it to pull back to? Is the hourly fair value gap. So when it came down here, I was like, if this market come back to this fair value gap, I'm gonna grab one more long. And that's what I did. Came down in this fair value gap, I got in one more long. I did adjust in my head, I'm gonna sell at least two. If we come, I'm gonna sell just that one if we come to the bottom of the second gap, because I really don't expect us to come down there. Um, so I was gonna just sell that one that I got in, but we never came down there. But fortunately, I was able to hold both of them. And then after that, we finally took this high here, but we failed to close above. So y'all know what's gonna happen. Pull back. So once we pull back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this pullback happen one more time. And once we get our next green candle and make another high, I'm moving my stop loss at least back this above this small fair value gap. Well, we took the high and we closed above, and we also had came up here to this hourly gap. So I was like, okay, we closed right on the gap. My stop loss just up to this right here where it's red and green connect. Move my stop loss up here, and I was like, I'm willing to let it get stopped out because I made a nice move. My initial entry was all the way down here at 64, base 64.50, and my stop loss will have me at 62. I mean 64.62, so that's 12 points. So I'm like, shoot, or you could tick. I like, shoot, that's nice for me. You know what I'm saying? Basically 50 ticks or whatever points. I don't know how y'all describe it. That's how I describe it. I say points is the whole number and ticks is 0.25. But um so I'm like, that's nice for me for three. Close it towards the end. But I forgot to close it. And by the time I looked at it, it was four something. So like right here, basically. And I was up good though. That's what I was trying to show y'all. Off them three MES, I think I was up like $410. And I know, like I said, I don't normally tell the values and stuff, but it was just funny because it was like, dang, I was dang, not even paying attention to the trade, but just me having good, movement and placements of my style off. I was able to keep riding the trade up and everything, but yeah. So those the only trades we took. Now let's finally go do this market analysis. Hey, that's about 30 minutes. Let's finally do this market analysis. And tell y'all what we expecting. And then, of course, I know y'all can see this. I usually try to log out before the stream, but I guess I did. Excuse me. Of course, y'all see this. I just jumped in long because, like I said, I'm still expecting us to go to my main target at 509, and I don't know what it might do overnight. I was like, it might just shoot straight up, and we don't even get no entry in the morning. So I was like, I'm just gonna get one micro, um, and I'm just gonna do a 1-to-1. So this is a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So literally, If it get up here, I make 100. Go down here, I lose 100. So I'm willing to take that little gamble. I can see us potentially, coming down just because it's overnight and the market loves playing games overnight. So we potentially could come down some, but I really don't see us coming down this far. But you never know. Um, I definitely can see us taking these highs right here, but I'm not too sure if overnight we'll be coming up to this level. I think that's something that the market might want to do tomorrow. But like I said, you never know because we can come wake up in the morning, it's already up here, and then we get some more news, and then shoot up even more. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and do our analysis real quick. So we can go to the daily. Let's go to the daily. Show y'all what we're looking at. So we're gonna hide the drawings for now. Dang, it's still showing it. See, that's why I usually log out. Let me go to ES. We can go to ES just so yeah we won't have the actual trade in the way. Switch to ES real quick. All right. And also, y'all, I want to say this. I might still do everyday stream, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna at least try to do every 2 days. Do the recap. So if I don't do every day, I'm gonna at least try to do every 2 days or something like that. No more than the third day. Like if it's Monday, I gotta at least have some up by Wednesday night. Um, but that's how I want to do. Cause the reason why I didn't want to do yesterday's stream, 'cause like I said, I didn't take no trade. I mean, I could have did analysis still, but I was like, I just wait till Tuesday where I might actually take a trade. Then I'll, get them 2-for-1 analysis and recap. All right. So we're looking at this daily. On ES. Pretty much same game plan. We still looking for this high to get taken. Good thing we can say that it helps us out a lot. The market did what? We made this higher high. Then we just made a low. Right here. Well, technically this the low. So now we can move up. Instead of our stop loss being all the way down here, now we can move it up here. Well, the level we don't want the market to go below. We can move it up here now to this 64 30 75 level. Now we can set it here. So it kind of tightens our range. So now we tighten our range. See how we had our level down here at first? Just off of this one green candle, now we're able to move that level up. Well, I delete it 'cause I want this magnet to get on it. We're gonna delete it and put another line. Oh no, don't do it. This dang lag. Come on. Right there. Change it to red. Okay. So now we more in a tight range. You see that? At first our level we didn't want to get beat was all the way down here. It was a big range. Now we're able to tighten it up some. So it makes our trade a little bit more enticing on the daily. Less big, the stop loss not as big, less risk. Because if you just only trade on the daily, this was your stop loss down here. Up. You see that? That was your stop loss. That was your target. If you only trade that off the daily time frame. But since we just, like I said, since we just made that green candle, now your stop loss can be here. Now instead of a 0.5 trade, now you got at least a 1 to 5. I mean 1.5 trade now. But yeah, that's the one good thing that I do see that happened on the daily. And it's a green candle, so we expecting to keep moving up. Of course, your first target should be this high. So 64, 96.25 should be the first target. And we want to see once this get taken, we need the daily candle to close above to keep going higher. So once it get taken, we needed to close past it. And same thing for here. So say if tomorrow we take this high, but don't take that next high, just close above this high, we're good. If we come up and take both highs, then we gotta close above the last high that we just take. So this high, we had to close past it to keep just moving straight up. So that's all I'm looking for. That's the big thing that I need to be paying attention for. Once we cross past 64.96.25, I gotta see the market on them lower time frames. It look like we gotta look like we want to maintain staying up there at least for the whole day. Because if we don't, we could be pulling all the way back down. Um, but yeah, that's all that's literally what I'm doing though. I'm just aiming for them two levels right now. Um, until we get to them levels, like I said, we close past, it should continue going higher. If we take it and come below, we gonna have some type of pullback. So game plan is still the same. We still bullish. Only thing that really changed since Sunday is we was able to move our stop loss up. That was the only thing that changed. Um, so really it's the same analysis as Sundays. Let's go to the 1 hour, see where we potentially bounce. If the market isn't moving in a downtrend, but I don't think we're not moving in a downtrend, we're just moving sideways. We're still in the uptrend, so it probably ain't gonna come down here yet. You gotta wait until it starts switching to a downtrend on the lower time frame. But we do see what we got. We got this gap here, and it's a big gap too. Got this gap right here. Come on, lad. Come on, lad. Let me change this to orange so I can know it's my hourly. All right, we got that gap there between 64.79 and 64.79.25 and 64.69.50. We got that gap. That the market, if it switches to a downtrend, it can come and bounce off of here. Let's see. We do got this gap, but it's inside that gap, so we're not gonna draw that one. I think that, of course, we at this big gap right now, but I'm definitely not drawing this big gap. If anything, I just put a line showing where the top of the gap is at. We just put an orange line there. So I'm definitely not gonna get my chart that confusing with that many big gaps. So we just put an orange line knowing, hey, that's the top of the gap. Which we are great retest. Look like we should potentially be going, but this red counter kind of threw it off. So we might get another attempt to retest that level. Because honestly, we should. Well, we technically did what we were supposed to do. Because break, retest, you're supposed to just take the most recent high. We did take that most recent high. So literally, it did what it's supposed to do. But once it switched back to another trend, like I said, it should be coming to take these highs over here. But if in the event that it moved to a downtrend, we can see a bouncing here at that fair value gap. We really, for the hourly, we really don't want to see us go below right here on the hourly. 64.53.50. That's really the level we don't want to see us go below on the hourly. But on the daily, y'all know our level not to go below is at 64.30.75. But on the hourly, we kind of don't want to see us go below 64.53.50. And the only thing that's protecting us from that, from going down there, is this fair value gap. So I think this fair value gap here will hold up. But I really don't see no other gap. I mean, we got this one. But they, like I said, they kind of overlap each other. So literally, this the only gap I'm worried about right now. As how the market looking, this the only gap I'm worried about. Or looking for us to bounce off of to go higher. If we want to, like I said, we could just keep moving sideways or in the uptrend and just get straight to the levels. So and never come back down here to this fair value gap. But yeah, so if you looking for an entry though, like I said, if it comes to a downtrend and you looking for your entry, oh, what the? Just delete this, please. You're looking for your entry, it's literally off the right, yeah. Alright, and then stop loss supposed to be down here. Targets, y'all know it's technically it's supposed to be your first target, but really my target up there, but technically this supposed to be your first target here. And your stop loss will move up once you get the market structure shift off. So say we come down to the gap, tap into it, then we break out, and then you get a high, low, higher high, then your stop loss will go up to that higher low. So it wouldn't be all the way down here. You where that higher low was at. And then you still keep your same target. But yeah, that's what we ES and MES. Let's jump over to SPY, and then we're gonna look at a couple of these regular charts. SPY should be pretty much the same. Like I told you, I'm a little upset, but I ain't gonna beat myself up too bad. But I'm like, man, for me to catch that nice, beautiful right here, literally, this is where I got in on MES. Like, even though I know I couldn't get in SPY that early, but I literally caught this whole move because, like I told you, I didn't even close till 4. So I literally got in from here all the way up here. The whole move for the day, I caught the whole move. Dang, I didn't even know I had drawings on SPY. Dang, what's all this? Oh, this was Sunday. Y'all see that? See, that's why we didn't take no trade on Monday. We never even got our entries we were on. Remember I told you I was expecting to bounce. I said it can bounce up there. I wasn't expecting to bounce, but it never did to bounce up here to go to the high. So we never had that entry. But now we look like we're getting that bounce to go to the high. So that's literally so what we're expecting here is literally what I think we finna do tomorrow. But I think we're gonna shoot up crate. Way more though. But yeah, I'm like, man, I literally got in here. All I do is just go buy. Just go buy your SPY contract. Man, if I would have bought it my 10 o'clock entry that I got in, it was at 642.21. And then close that mug at like 64. 640, 145 up here. $3 move on SPY, and I ain't never get no pullback below my entry. So right here, I did a little bit on this one, but right here after that 10, never came back below entry. It just kept going up. So I would have ate pretty good today, man. I ain't even gonna lie. But I probably wouldn't known it was gonna go to 45. But I at least knew it was gonna probably come up here to 43. I could have called $1.50 move. But yeah, it's pretty much the same as ES. We're looking to go long. Look for them highs to get taken out. I really ain't gotta do the drawings for SPY just because it literally kind of look like the same stuff for Sunday. Only thing, oh, never mind. It is one thing I gotta do. Here we go. We gotta what? Move the stop loss up. Let me delete this. Come on, load. Because since we got high, low, then we just made another green. So it's telling us, hey, market looking to make a high. Now we don't know if it's a higher high, but it's trying to make some type of high. All right. So there we go. We able to shrink in that range. It definitely shrinking the range. Cause we had our potential to stop. What's this? What's this level? Come on now, it's lagging that bad. 633 basically. So now our level 641. Okay. So now we got a way better trade. And we literally all this stuff down here we could what the all that stuff down there below it we can delete because we ain't worrying about that right now. Our range is up there. So we can literally delete all these and that's what I'm gonna do. Just to clear these charts up a little bit. I don't know why it's lagging this bad for SPY. It wasn't lagging this bad for ES. Come on, let me remove this now. Remove. Got one more to remove. Alright. So like we said, we only focusing on this area here. You got this daily fair value gap. We'll mark that up. Even though it kinda like it's sitting our stop loss or can't be level is sitting inside it. So we only got this top half of the gap to be able to trust. But we still gonna mark it up. Come on, let me change this to red now. This daily. This is the daily. Alright. So ready to break retest. We should pop. I'm expecting us to get to 646 level. Let's go to the hourly and see where we can bounce. I think it's literally this right here what we're looking for on Sunday. I think that's the trade. Of course, if it go lower, yeah, it can bounce on the other gap, but dang, man, I definitely could have made some money, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. At least you caught your ES. So like I said, this is all is the same thing. We looking for potential breaking retest. We kind of want to see a red candle come in the mix, which we already got, so that's good. We already got the red candle right there at the end. So now all we need is a green candle, and we should be able to set our stop loss. Yeah, set our stop loss and go higher. Aim for them highs. So if say if that next green candle come lower than this red, then whatever the bottom of that green candle, it should be our stop loss to go higher. And it look like we just made. Oh yeah, we made one here, so it could come back and retest one more time. So be careful of that, cause I just seen this. We got this hourly gap literally right here, but it's within inside that other gap. So if you want to draw, you can. If you don't, it is what it is. I'm gonna draw it though, cause whenever you got multiple gaps inside gaps, the main thing you gotta focus on which gap is like if I'm gonna go into the upside, what's the highest gap that I need to close past to keep going? It'll be this big gap. If I'm going to the downside, what's the lowest gap I need to go by below to get to the next side? I mean to keep going down. It's this gap. So the stuff in the inside, yeah, it's important because you can be reversing in the inside, wondering why. But for the big picture to keep going up, keep going lower, you gotta go with the highest and the lowest gap. That's when they overlap. So like right here, this is overlapping. For me to want to keep going higher, it had to close past this gap, the skinny gap, because it's higher than that big one. All right. But yeah, that's all I'm looking for on SPY. Yes. Honestly, y'all, I might get up early and do the stream for the stocks because it is lagging a little bad. and I'm kind of a little tired. Don't want to deal with deal with this lag. So I'm probably gonna call it here with my ES. Um, and like I said in the morning, I'll probably hit y'all with another stream to go over the individual thing. All right, y'all have a good one. Your Keys is out and trade safe, man. Trade smart.